Good morning, gym junkies. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Still doing stuff from my office. Got my bike in here now because they're destroying my garage today. So here we are. I'm sort of calling this week the first week of the new normal. And what's interesting is I was speaking to a client this morning in Hong Kong. And they've been in lockdown now for 9 weeks. Yeah, that's right, 9 weeks. And they're still surviving, right? They're still making placements. Not as many as they were before. But recruitment processes are just taking a little bit longer. And but they are making placements. And that's good to hear because it's like we're still in that phase where everything's sort of shut down and locked down, really. So, but I'm starting to feel like hopefully the wheels will start moving today. There's plenty of industries where the wheels won't be moving, but they will be moving in some sectors. So distribution, I know they're very busy at the moment. Food retail and food manufacturing, very busy at the moment. Sectors that will be getting quieter this week, construction will be getting quieter because a lot of building sites are shutting down after last week. And also a lot of the building material suppliers are now shutting as well. I know this because I've just been told my building work's stopping and I've got a fridge for a house because I don't have any insulation and I've only got half a roof. So there is success to be had out there. But what I want to talk about today is goal setting. How do we define what good looks like in the current situation? What I'm finding personally is that where I'm always measured by like how much training did I sell each week? How much am I invoicing each week? I'm really struggling to recognize success and to give myself the pat on the back that I probably deserve because it's really hard right now. And so what I've been doing this morning, and I got up really early, is I'm trying to think about what would good look like for me at the end of the week. What could I do this week that will make me feel like I've had some success? And the things I'm thinking about, they're proactive activities. What are the things that I can do that won't just help me this week, but will help me in the long term as well? So these activities for recruiters could be just contacting all your existing clients and just checking they're okay. Checking that they're settling down into the new normal. Ask them how their business is doing. Not because you want to recruit, but just out of curiosity. I think in some ways, every recruiter is sort of starting from scratch because we've all got to work to find the companies that are doing okay, to find the companies that are recruiting or could be in a position to recruit. There may well be little pockets of the market that you don't realize are actually doing quite well at the moment. It could be that EdTech is doing very well. And those are sort of companies that do online education, those that do learning for children. So there was a company in Bristol called 3P Learning that had a product called Mathletics. We've bought a product in the last couple of weeks called Doodle Maths. Think about the things that people are buying. Disney Plus is obviously going to be doing very, very well. I hear the film industry and post-production industry is still very busy. So that's what we're trying to think about this week, is speaking to our clients and just asking them how they're doing. How busy are they? What's the impact of these situations been to their clients? It could be that you share a story with them, and that's important too. Another thing that you can focus on when you're speaking to clients and candidates is try and find an anecdote to the problems that people are solving. So one of the reasons I'm talking about productivity today is that from a lot of my conversations last week, a lot of managers and directors are struggling with, well, how do I define what good looks like in any given week. And so it's really important. And so that's the reason I'm talking about it today. And as I talk to my clients this week, I'm getting ideas and suggestions around how people are managing performance and managing the motivation of their teams. And I'm going to be sharing that on the Friday leadership and management webinar that we run. So the opportunity for recruiters and the motivation to contact clients and candidates is to gather market intelligence. One of the underrated skills and capabilities of a recruiter is our ability to provide clients and candidates with insight on what is happening that's good and bad in the market. Are we still working to make sure we are that center point of knowledge? I always loved it when clients called me for insight. They said, Alex, do you know what's happening with this company? Do you know what's happening with this sector? Do you know what's happening with this skill set? What was really fantastic about that is it meant they saw me as something more than a CV machine. The opportunity that we've got from this shutdown is that it's difficult to talk about recruitment unless they want to call you about recruitment, but we can talk to people about market intelligence. So think about the topics that leaders are really interested in. They're interested in productivity for their teams. They're interested in the mental health and well-being of their teams. I had a client last week and they rang 10 companies and were like, they work in a manufacturing environment. And so they wanted to know, how are they maintaining production sort of efficiency with social distancing? And so they rang 15 or 20 clients and was like, what's your top tip? How are you making it work? And they collected the tips on how to maintain sort of a production site, but with social distancing. And then they released that as a blog and then had lots of other things to call all their production clients about. We've got to think smartly about what we can do to be of value to clients. Remember, a CV is really no more than a bit of information that's relevant to something they've told us. When a client, forgive me, my lips are dry. So when a client gives us a challenge that they've got in running their team, we've got to go and get information that then allows us to demonstrate we have listened and we understand. So there's loads of proactive things that we could do. And this also lends itself to a team activity. So what are the challenges that our contractors might be having at the moment, and finding out solutions for those issues. It could be you want an update from all your clients on what are they now going to do within IR35 now that it's been extended. When you've got clients that are maybe struggling with productivity or motivation or business, just engage with them and find out about them, and just show them is that if I find an answer to that problem, I'll give you a call and share it with you, or I'll drop you an email and share it with you. So when it comes to setting goals for the week, what I'd encourage you to do is think about outputs. Think about the number of outputs that you could have in the week. So I'm going to be measuring number of engagements, number of conversations that I'm going to be having through the week, whether it be an email conversation, a LinkedIn conversation. What am I going to look for? I'm also going to measure myself on some projects that I need to be working on. So I'm creating a course on how to make money in a recession, and I'm sort of going to be gathering tips and tricks from industry leaders, business owners, and that's part of me building for the future. So by the end of the week, I'm going to have the outline for that. You need to ask me on Friday's startup. What have I also got down here? We got 15 new members to the gym last week in terms of companies. So I need to speak to all of those companies, and I need to make sure those companies are using the gym. So I can see some of them that are on here now. So I hope to see you on a Learning Live this week, because if I don't, then I haven't achieved my job. So I'm setting measures which are about clients utilizing our service, me being proactive about building for the future. But from a recruiter's perspective, what could that be? Well, it could be organizing your target lists, or it could be requalifying your target lists. So what you want to do maybe is set everyone a goal of finding 10 companies this week that are still busy that you've done business with. So they've just got to find 10 companies. That's all they've got to do. And they're just going to be ringing clients, emailing clients, going, hi, how you doing? How's business? And finding 10 that are busy. That's all you've got to do. If you find 10 clients that are busy, then that's good. But it could be 10 clients that are busy and 10 clients that are doing really badly. Why is it good that we track the really clients that are doing badly? Well, they're not going to like not doing badly. They're going to try and formulate a plan to win. And formulating a plan to win generally involves change. People don't like change. And so they leave when change happens, which means they might need some resource. Or it could be they just don't have the skills in the business to execute that change. So they've got enough low-level workers, but they might need some senior level resource in order to help them grow. The key is thinking about outputs from the week. What can I find? Can I find 10 candidates that are looking? Could I find 10 candidates that are uncertain about their opportunities and want me to keep in touch? Think about outputs from the week that you can control. It may be you still have open vacancies within your business. So it could be you still target CV sends. You could still target interviews, but make sure that's not the only thing that you target, because we want to make sure we're putting things into our week that allows us to be successful. I know a lot of managers are putting formal learning into the week's objectives. So you've got to watch 2 webinars in the recruiting gym. You've got to go on 2 webinars live. Within our 360 recruitment program, we've got a whole library of content around business development. Lots of businesses are using this as an opportunity to upskill teams. So within our 360 program, we've got sort of an 8-week, 9-week program where there's sort of 5 or 6 little micro videos and exercises every week. They're there for the members to upskill. If you furloughed staff or you've had team members that have been furloughed, putting them on some training to upskill them, to develop them, so when they come back, they're ready to go. The key to motivation and self-motivation is the last thing we're going to talk about. And one of the things I've been asking myself over the last week is, why am I doing this? Why am I pushing myself so hard? Why am I bothering to try and stay in business? Why am I continuing to fight the good fight? Because in difficult times, it's important that we challenge our purpose. It's important that we challenge and ask ourselves, why are we still doing this? What are we looking to achieve? Because extraordinary times are going to require extraordinary effort from recruiters. We're going to have to do more for less results, probably for longer than we've ever had. There'll be some people on the call which are veterans of the recession in sort of 9, 10, 11, 12. And those will be the things that they're thinking of. Personally, I don't like to quit. I don't like to be beaten. I'm also proud, and I'm also stubborn, and I've also probably got a big ego. And I don't want my ego to feel like I failed in difficult times. It's actually easier to say I failed in an easy time. So, but I'm spending my time asking those questions because I've got to remind myself of what I want to be. I've got to remind myself of what I want to be able to tell myself in 6 months, 9 months' time. It doesn't mean to say I don't have moments where I just go, what am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? Should I be doing this? That's totally natural. But it's important that we're connected with what is the purpose. I know I've got one person on the call this morning. She's super passionate about making sure her daughter does all the horse riding she wants, right? And she's really excited about that. And she does everything to make sure that that is what her daughter gets. And that sort of focus and passion is what's going to help push us through. So make sure you keep reminding yourself what you're doing this for, because it is hard, but we will persevere. And as long as we stay healthy, and hopefully the people we love stay healthy, we can get through this. So have a great day, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care now. Bye.